Hi, I'm Lisa C., and I'm going to be doing a series of videos that talk about how I came to write Lady Tan's Circle of Women and some of the history behind it. So you have to cycle back in time to the very beginning of the pandemic. I had planned to be working on a different book, but all of the libraries closed, the research libraries closed, the archives closed, China was closed, and no way I could work on that particular book. And I have to say, I didn't handle that time period very well. I was really moping around the house because I couldn't do what I like to do or what I need to do as a writer and a person. Anyway, it was all the way in October of 2020, so you can see a lot of time had gone by. I was walking by here, and here's where I have some of my research books. And the spine of one of the books jumped out at me. I don't know why. Gray with slightly darker lettering, but it was like it jumped right off the shelf and into my hands. Reproducing Women, Medicine, Metaphor, and Childbirth in Late Imperial China. And I opened it up and I discovered that not only had I had this book on my shelf for 10 years and had never read it, I had never even opened it before. But I thought to myself, well, that's okay. Here we are in the middle of a global pandemic. My life is over. I might as well sit down and start reading it right now. And I did. And I got to page 19, and there was a mention of a woman doctor, Tanyan Shen, in the Ming Dynasty, so 500 years ago, who, when she turned 50, published a book of her medical cases. This is kind of interesting. I set this book down, came over to my computer, and looked her up and discovered that her book was available not just in Chinese, but also in English. And so I had the book in my hands about 24 hours later. And so instead of thinking about this idea for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, as I usually do, it was all of about 26 hours.